All right, welcome here to Bloomington Buddies, where two buddies talk about all things sports. I'm Eddie Finn here, joined by Quincy Bell. We've got quite a few things we're going to be talking about today. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and get kicked off with college football, of course. Got a lot to talk about there as the final games have wrapped up, and we're going to start heading into bowl games.
Rivalry
and
week.
College, the championship games here, and then the playoffs will come. And then, of course, we're going to move into a little bit of college basketball. Not too much to focus on there. We're going to go over some major games. But then we're going to move into the biggest topic by far. It is the FIFA World Cup, guys. The group stages are set to end at the end of next week, I think is the last day. They keep changing the freaking dates. It's really pissing me off. And then the group of 16 will start, so that'll be really exciting. We're going to follow that along all the way. But before we get started, real quick, make sure to go follow us on social media at Instagram and TikTok at Bloomington Buddies. Also, if you listen to the podcast on Spotify or anything, we are under IUS TV, so make sure to go subscribe to that. I know you guys can turn notifications on Spotify, so make sure to do that. There's also all kinds of other podcasts on there, not just us, of course. You've got, correct me if I'm wrong, politics, news, and then movie review. Sorry, I'm trying to rattle them off the top of my head. I can't remember them all. But comedy, I think there's a comedy one now, right?
There's a bunch of different ones. I mean, there's college life type of stuff, so it gets funny on those ones there too. So there's a bunch of different stuff that you can check out.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I always give a shout out to those guys. It's always nice. I want to make sure you guys spread the word on there. Go make sure to check out all those shows. I know that those are relaxing. Every now and then I turn some of those on. So go check those out for sure. But let's go ahead and get into college football. IU. What happened?
Okay, here's the thing. So everyone here is wants to talk about the Ohio State Michigan game.
Yes, we do.
We will get there.
We got to start off with the worst game.
Here's
by
the thing.
far.
Rivalry weekend in college football is always the most important sports week of the year, in my opinion.
Easily.
Rivalry week is it's something else. And we have to start with our beloved Indiana. Now, here's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that Nebraska beat Iowa, because what I was hoping would happen is if Nebraska beat Iowa, which ended up happening, then Purdue could clinch the Big Ten West with a win. And I'm like, they're going to be able to clinch the Big Ten West, and we're going to beat them. And I was excited because Dexter Williams was starting, and he beat Michigan State. Okay,
that's not a tall task, though, to be fair.
Still, though.
No, let's be fair. Go ahead.
Normally, IU loses to Michigan State, so that was a big win.
Also, to be fair, they were without 4 of their players because they're facing felony charges. So,
I kid you not. I walked into this game against Purdue thinking IU would win.
No, everybody did, because you know why? We actually have a quarterback that can actually do something, not Connor Ballsack.
In rivalry games, it doesn't matter how good your team is. It literally
that's what I always say. Now, don't get me wrong. Skill does still apply, but rivalry games, everybody's abilities are like cranked up to the max. It's just max against max. And when Jalen Lucas
the game
scored that passing touchdown, because it was technically a pass.
It was like an option.
I think they counted it as a run, but they counted it as a pitch. But it was a nice
71-yard
touchdown.
Dude, the boys were getting
ridiculous.
hyped in the student section.
Dude, no, I was dude, we were hyped. And then the ensuing drive, he takes off scrambling, and all of a sudden
he goes down without
his ankle.
He goes down without being touched, and I'm like,
no,
non-contact leg.
Oh
injury.
My gosh,
non-contact leg injury.
He didn't just go down. I saw his ankle. The ball of his ankle hit the ground, and he just fell. And then he held his calf, which can only usually mean one thing, which is really bad. Hopefully, it's not an ACL. They haven't come out with the final verdict yet.
It's
bad.
He spent the day in the hospital. It was bad. And
he was on the ground for what, 10 minutes almost until they were able to cut him off?
I knew it was bad as soon as he went down. But here's the worst thing, though. The worst thing.
Connor Ballsack's our only quarterback.
Bazelak back in the game. He's terrible.
Why he transferred here, I don't know.
He's so terrible.
Literally, when Jack Tuttle, who is in the transfer portal and injured, could have played better. That's depressing, bro. We should have just kept Dexter.
Terrible.
We should have honestly had somebody hold Dexter up and just let him throw. We would probably won that game.
Bad.
Low key.
Dude, he could not make a 10-yard pass. It was terrible.
We should have just ran Wildcat the entire game with Sean.
Defense actually
Sean Shivers could have carried us.
Dude, the run game was so dominant. IU had the ball like at least 70% in the first half, and they had the ball like 66% of the whole game.
Okay, can I ask you?
But Purdue's offense just.
I have a question directed at the IU coaching staff. All right, what the hell were you thinking before the halftime? You had 1 minute and 45 seconds, all 3 timeouts. You proceed to run the clock out.
Oh, we don't want to turn it over. We don't want to turn it over.
You guys were literally running the ball so well.
Game, man.
You were running the ball so well. They couldn't stop you. You had 80 yards, 3 timeouts, 100 or a minute and 45. You choose to run 3 straight plays. Don't take your timeouts and take it to halftime. By the way, score at halftime 7-3. You could have gotten it up by 7. All you needed is that momentum swing because guess what? You got the ball at half too. So it was, I don't know what the hell.
Proceeded to do jack all with that possession at the start of the half, too.
It's ridiculous. They scored more.
Kicker missed 2 field goals. Our kicker either nails a 57-yarder with time expiring
which is so funny.
Misses a 20-yarder in the first quarter.
Because Campbell is literally one of the best Big Ten kickers. By the way, he's no longer our kicker because that was his last kick. Imagine going fucking 1 for 3 in your last Hoosier game.
The play that really lost it, though, was when it was 17-10 in the fourth quarter. He had just made a field goal. It was still a close game. Like, a stop there, and IU gets the ball back. It's a one-possession game.
Yeah, and they just...
fucking Charlie Jones burns past IU's secondary.
They didn't even have a freaking zone back there. Me and my dad were like, that's
I am so pissed off. I get so mad whenever Devin McAfee touches the ball.
Bro.
Walk on
45, bro. He's a beast.
Walk on running back, and no one can tackle him.
Nah, he's a monster,
He's jumping
bro.
in the air every play. Oh, my God.
How many yards did he hit? 134 or something like that?
I'll look.
He was ridiculous.
It pisses me off.
But I will say this right now.
15 carries for 99 yards.
He only had 99?
And a touchdown.
I thought he was over 100.
He had some receiving. He had 58 receiving.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, you combined them. He was about 150. But no, this man was ridiculous. We could not. I mean, we've had a problem stopping the run all year. But what has really pissed me off, bro? Okay, I don't want anybody giving shit to the receiver at the end of the game when he tried to lateral it and it was picked up for a touchdown.
You know
because
what?
That wasn't even his fault.
You got to do something.
He turned around because apparently somebody was supposed to be there, and he was like, "Shit, there's nobody."
I'm not even worried about that.
But no,
I left it. I was gone.
I was gone. We left right as that happened. But I will say this: they outscored us in the second half. They scored more points in the second half than we did in the entire game.
They scored damn near as many points in both quarters as we did in the entire game.
No, we were. It was 7-3 at halftime. The final score was 30 to what?
All I'm saying is if Dexter Williams is our QB next year,
we're winning.
We're running the option.
No, I'm telling you right now,
we're running the option.
If Dexter Williams is our quarterback next year, we could probably finish 8-4.
We're running the option
because we still have Sean. By the way, Jalen Lucas,
dog,
best freaking player that I've seen on the Indiana Hoosier offense in probably the last 6 years.
Here's the thing. So seasons are based on in college football seasons.
He's a freshman.
Okay, in college football seasons are based on expectations.
Correct.
I mean, I think expectations were met. 4 wins.
I thought they would win 5 or 6. And you said 2. You said 2 or 3.
I think I said like 3 and 9. So I guess
think you
expectations were met. For Purdue, obviously expectations were exceeded. I don't think actually I thought they'd go like 11-1.
Yeah, you said 11-1. I was like, holy shit.
I actually predicted Purdue to win the Big Ten West, and they did win the Big Ten.
Okay, but really, who was their competition?
Well, the Big Ten West is a shithole every year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why everybody's like, "Oh, Purdue's so much better than IU." I'm like, name one team you played. You didn't play Michigan. You didn't play Ohio State, and you didn't play any good teams.
Hold on. Michigan and Ohio State is what we have next on the table. Okay,
no, but they didn't play either.
So the game plan for Ohio State was pretty clear coming into this one. They're like, okay, Michigan is a run-heavy team. They're a run-first team.
Well, yeah, because they've got arguably the best running back in the Big Ten.
They win games by running the ball. So they are saying, all right, we're going to go out and we're going to commit everyone to the run. And
they got burned.
And we're going to make J.J. McCarthy beat us through the air. And what did J.J. McCarthy do? He beat him through the air.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he did.
He was perfect. Cornelius Johnson was running all over the place. He had 2 touchdowns of 70 yards. I mean, Michigan just took control through the end of that game. I had been saying throughout the entire year Michigan had looked better. But I picked Ohio State to win because I'm like, they have too many things going for them. I'm like, it's at home.
Well, if it tells you anything, this is the first time Michigan's beat them in the horseshoe since 2003.
2000.
So, it was 2003, I think. Was it 2000?
I think it was 2000.
22 years? I thought it was only 20.
But I mean, it was a one-score game going into the fourth, and Michigan tore the top off them.
No,
Donovan Edwards sealed it with two 80-yard runs.
McCarthy still looked a little. I mean, he made the passes, but he looked uncomfortable throwing that deep because he is a run-heavy QB. He doesn't throw it that deep all the time. He looked uncomfortable.
Eddie, what did you say when we first walked in?
Oh, I did. Okay, I'll tell you this. The reason, and you guys didn't listen to me all the way through. I said it was a lucky win for Michigan because Ohio State made 3 major errors. Not on Michigan. It was all Ohio State's fault. Ohio State did it to themselves. If C.J. Stroud overthrew 2 wide-open receivers, that's 2 crucial mistakes that could have been touchdowns.
Because he is not a Heisman caliber
Bro, you
QB.
cannot talk. Your Heisman running QB didn't even play in the top 5.
He tore his ACL.
Okay, that's part of the game.
That's why.
No, that's part of the game. And they also lost.
It wasn't because
how many games? Oh my God. They lost to South Carolina, who you've been saying sucks all year.
South Carolina also beat Clemson.
South Carolina
did beat Clemson too.
Just
they
saying.
Didn't just beat Tennessee,
but my point is that the win goes to Michigan. They played well. I'm not saying they didn't, but you can't overlook the fact that C.J. Stroud missed 2 wide open receivers that were literally they were going in for a touchdown if he caught that. That's on Ohio State. It's all Ohio State's fault. But if they would have caught that, this game would have been a totally different story.
The better team won.
There's no.
I agree. That game came out better. I agree, but I mean, just like we were talking about, right? If Dexter Williams hadn't gone out, everybody agrees that IU would have probably won that game. But that's what I'm saying. It's an if factor, but does it affect the game?
Okay,
no.
So Dexter,
Michigan wins, and I agree they won.
So Dexter Williams going out has nothing to do with like the skill of like, okay, it's something that like could have been prevented. C.J. Stroud just missing receivers
could have been prevented.
No, he's just not good.
You can't say that when he literally led a team to only a 1-loss season. And he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
They have 1 ranked win, and it's against Penn State.
And freaking Tennessee lost to South Carolina.
Dude, we're not talking about Tennessee.
No, you want to talk about quarterbacks sucking.
We're not talking about Tennessee.
Okay, but you can't say he sucks. His statistics say otherwise. Now, Michigan wins. Fine, whatever. I support that. They won. They played better. That's fine. But what I'm saying is you can't say C.J. Stroud isn't a Heisman quarterback and that he sucks when literally his statistics show otherwise.
Eddie said Michigan got lucky. They did not get lucky.
Did Purdue get lucky?
A little bit.
But no, that's the same scenario.
Because
they had a major mistake.
An injury and not hitting open receivers are 2 different things.
Okay, an injury that is uncontrollable and a mistake that is controllable are 100% 2 different things. That's why I'm saying it's a lucky thing.
C.J. Stroud could have hit those receivers.
Correct. So that's a crucial mistake, and Michigan lucked out. They had nobody back there.
Dude, Michigan is the better team, and they're becoming the better program. They stole 2 recruits. Did you see that? Two Ohio State. Ohio State had 2 recruits that were on a visit that day. They both committed to Michigan.
If I'm telling you this right now,
Ryan Day can't beat Jim Harbaugh.
Their real test is going to be in the playoffs. If they provide, cool. I good for them. And like I said, I hate Ohio State. The only team I hate more is Purdue. I glad that Michigan won? Hell yeah.
I will say, I think
still think there were so many factors.
I think Michigan is better this year than last. Because the main difference is J.J. McCarthy is better than Cam McNamara.
But I also do say this. The teams that are in the playoffs this year are tougher than the teams that were in it last year. TCU is ridiculous. USC with Caleb Williams. You thought that C.J. Stroud was good. Caleb Williams is going to tear you guys up.
I mean, the big team to beat. Georgia's the team to beat.
100%. And Georgia is better than they were last year.
I don't think
when they won the Natty.
I don't think they're better than they were last year. Now, they throttled Michigan.
They throttled everybody they played this year pretty much, except for Mizzou.
No, I'm talking about last year. They
they throttled Michigan. And I'm telling you right now, as of right now, I don't know who's going to win that. Georgia's going to the championship. I don't see how they lose. If it comes down to Michigan and Georgia, I honestly think they get throttled again.
The thing about Georgia, though, is the number 1 team gets to pick where they play their bowl game. They get to pick one of the 2. The Peach Bowl is one of the 2, and that's in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
So Georgia basically has a guaranteed win going into the championship.
And that's what I'm talking about. And you just ride the train. I mean, it's just going to be one of those things. But anyway, there was another big win that I saw on here. Crap.
I'll go to the full score.
I'm on here. Oh, we got to talk about it.
Oh, Mississippi.
LSU. What happened? Bruh, how do you lose to Texas A&M as the 5th ranked team in the country? And you're getting ready to go play Georgia in the SEC championship.
The thing about A&M, though, is this win, they're going to act like all their problems are solved. And like they didn't have a disastrous season. But you know what? Good for A&M. They you know what? You got a field storming.
You want to know what's funny?
You know what? Good job.
You want to know who's in the SEC championship now? Because LSU's stupid?
No, LSU still is in the SEC championship.
No, they're not. Bama took over. Bama only has 2 losses.
No, LSU has 2 SEC losses.
Correct.
No, LSU is in the Big Ten, is in the SEC title.
Okay, they're both 6-2. I'm looking at the standings. Alabama is now above LSU.
They're in the not the SEC West.
Yes, the SEC West. I'm looking at the state. Look,
they both, Eddie. They're both
6-2 in conference,
and LSU beat them. They have the tiebreaker.
Okay, but the overall record plays a factor as well.
The overall record doesn't mean anything for division standings.
Okay, then why are they above them?
For the playoff ranking, sure.
Explain to me why Alabama is now above LSU.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the SEC West standings.
In the West standings, I'm looking at it. Look, right here.
In the SEC West, LSU is top. LSU is going to the SEC title.
Okay, I'm telling you, according to this, Alabama is on top right now.
No, LSU is... They clinched already. They clinched 3 weeks ago.
I'm telling you that it is saying that Alabama.
That's wrong.
What are you looking at?
At ESPN, they're both
That's
6-2. They're both 6-2 in the SEC. But LSU beat them, so they have the tiebreaker.
I know that, but I'm telling you right now, according to these websites, it's saying that Alabama.
They have a better overall record and they're ranked higher, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for who goes to the SEC title.
But either way, LSU's getting creamed if they're going.
Now,
Alabama, I'm not even joking. If Alabama went right now, I think that they would pull it.
Okay, so if we really want to go, okay, let's talk about some more games. Because there were more games. Oregon blew that game to their biggest rival, Oregon State.
Everybody knew that game was going to be
in the Civil War. The Civil War. Do they still call it that now, or is it offensive? I don't know. But Oregon,
can we talk for a second?
Oregon was up 28-10.
Why is it called the Civil War? Because freaking Oregon wasn't even a state during the Civil War and had it's on the opposite side of the country.
Couldn't tell you. But Oregon up 31-10. 31-10. And then Oregon State scores right before they scored a touchdown. Oregon got a field goal, 34-17. Oregon State scored 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes without throwing a pass.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't throw a single pass in 5 minutes, scored 21 points.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
And they won. They rushed the field. They knocked Oregon out of the Pac-12 title game. Great win for Oregon State. I picked Oregon State, too. I'm glad they won that. See, the thing with these rivalry games is usually, in most rivalries, there's a team that wins more often than the other. Oregon wins more often than Oregon
100%.
State. But the times that Oregon State beats them means so much more.
100%.
Okay,
can we talk about this?
They beat them when it matters.
A team that may be an actual serious contender in the next 2 years? Tulane, bro. They beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a ridiculously good team.
Good job, Tulane.
And they actually look good. I watched part of this game because I was curious to see how they would play. They played really well.
For a 2-loss group of 5 team, they got a pretty damn good resume.
They do. And they just, I mean, they're going to finish probably 17th in the country.
They beat Kansas State. They have a rematch with UCF in the AAC title game, and I think Tulane hosts that game.
Wait, where is UCF?
I'll look. Yeah, so Tulane is going to host that game, and the winner is going to be the Group of 5 representative in the New Year's Six Bowls.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying.
I think Tulane wins it.
I think Tulane wins it, but not only think about this.
Best team in Louisiana?
Probably, honest to God.
I don't know.
No, because if you think about it, though, too, North Carolina just lost to North Carolina State, which is a big game.
North Carolina completely
they fumbled that.
They fumbled the whole end of the year. They lost to Georgia Tech.
100%.
Lost to Georgia Tech, and then they lost in overtime to NC State.
And then Ole Miss also lost. So I think Tulane probably goes up to about 17.
Completely classless from Ole Miss fans, throwing garbage on the field after that terrible call, especially when y'all were all on your high horse that whole last season when Tennessee threw golf balls and mustard bottles at Lane Kiffin. You were all on your high horse then.
Bro, can I laugh at this, though?
Sure as hell didn't show against your most hated rival.
Going into this week, my friends are like, all right, who we taking? TCU, Iowa State. And I was like, bro, TCU's winning that easily. And they're like,
who said Iowa State?
No, nobody said Iowa State, but they're like, bro, no, it's going to be close. I think 62-14 begs to differ.
62-14.
By the way, we're talking 34-7 at halftime, bro. I'm just saying that was funny.
Okay, this is my opinion. With Hendon Hooker tearing his ACL against South Carolina, obviously he can't win the Heisman anymore. With C.J. Stroud laying an egg against Michigan, he's not going to win.
It's going to be Caleb. It's going to be Caleb Williams.
I think it will be Caleb Williams. If I had a vote,
I know who you're picking.
I would give it to Max Duggan.
I don't think he deserves it. I don't. He played well, But Caleb Williams played better. He's more of a dual threat.
I mean, Max Duggan hasn't lost a game.
Correct.
Caleb Williams has lost a game.
Okay, but they don't judge off that. Doesn't matter how many games you win.
I get it. It's pretty close. I mean, I wouldn't really be too upset.
Caleb Williams has what was it? He passed some record. I can't remember what it was.
I don't even remember.
It's the USC record. He's ridiculous.
Alabama beat Auburn 49-27.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tennessee not messing around against Vanderbilt 56-0 in a game. People thought Vanderbilt would win that game because they had just won 2 games. Nope.
No, nobody thought they would really, really win, but I didn't think they would get shut out.
Utah put a beating on Colorado 63-21, and they now get a rematch with USC in the Pac-12 title game.
And I'm telling you right now, USC is going to cream them.
Now, Utah beat them by 1 at home in the regular season.
And they're revenging this. Caleb Williams is pissed.
This game's going to be in Vegas. I looked, USC's favored by 3.
Yeah, no,
it'll be a good game.
Penix looks really freaking good.
If I had to pick, I'd pick USC. It's hard to beat a team twice.
I wish I could make a case for Penix to be Heisman just because I'm a Penix fan.
Washington in the top 10?
Dude, I wish Washington had gone to the Pac-12 championship. They deserve it.
Washington, they lost the tiebreaker.
I know they lost to Utah.
Or no, they didn't. They didn't play Utah. It was I don't even know what the tiebreaker is or whatever.
No, that's a good question. I wonder why. Because Utah's 9-3 and 7-2, and Washington's 10-2 and 7-2.
So USC's 8-1 in conference, and then Washington, Oregon, and Utah are all 7-2. I don't understand how they decide that.
Because Washington also has a better record overall too.
I don't know how that tiebreaker was decided because I don't know. I'm just saying. I couldn't tell you.
Penix in that game where they beat Washington 51-33, 485, 3 touchdowns through the air. Dude went haywire, and they rushed for over 200 yards. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so now if we're looking, so obviously the schedule for if we're going based, if the favorites win, it's Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC. The top 4 teams all are playing in their conference title games, and if they all win, then they're all going to get in.
Question: if Purdue, by some godforsaken miracle, wins, what happens to Michigan?
I think they will stay in.
Do you think they drop to 4?
Okay, so here's the thing: they can't put Ohio State ahead of them.
Correct,
because they beat Ohio State.
No, correct, but
so I think they would stay.
Do you possibly look for
Tennessee?
No, hell to the no. If I'm looking at it though, there was another team that I was looking at that was really close.
Here's the thing, I hate the idea that Ohio State might get in.
But who are they going to get in over?
I hate that idea. If USC or TCU loses, they will put Ohio State over them in a heartbeat.
I don't believe
in a heartbeat.
I don't believe TCU. If USC loses, because they'll have 2 losses. I don't think if TCU loses, they'll still be a 1 loss.
I'm telling you right now, in a heartbeat, they will put Ohio State over TCU.
As of right now, I think it stands.
They will not even hesitate.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
Will not hesitate.
It's going to be close.
State in. And the thing is Ohio State is entirely not worthy. Entirely not worthy.
I don't know.
Because
they excel. But see, the thing is there's been plenty of times we've seen them choke in the championship game, but then excel in playoffs.
Shoot me if you must. Tennessee is more playoff worthy than Ohio State.
I will definitely shoot that down.
I mean,
they lost to South Carolina. That automatically seals the deal for me. At least Ohio State lost to a top 3 team.
Yeah, but Tennessee actually has good wins. Ohio State doesn't have good wins.
Okay. They also don't have any bad losses.
It's whatever. It's fine. I mean, I'm not really too worried about it.
I'm just saying, you can't put a 2-loss team in the top 4 when you have a 1-loss team that's only lost to a top 3 team.
Sure.
As much as I hate Ohio State, it just doesn't work.
I get it. The fact I don't like that Alabama's ahead of Tennessee when Tennessee beat Alabama, but I mean, it's whatever. Basically, there's 5 teams that are still in contention. It's Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC, and Ohio State.
Correct.
And Ohio State just needs TCU or USC to lose. One of the 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Georgia or the only 2 teams that have secured their spot are Georgia and Michigan.
Right.
If TCU or USC loses, they're done, and Ohio State's getting in. And if Ohio State makes the playoffs at the 4th spot, Georgia will bowl.
Well, then what if both TCU and USC lose? Ohio State goes in, but then what?
If they both lose?
If they both lose. Or even better, if TCU loses, USC wins, now you have 2 12-1 teams, and then you have Ohio State. Who goes?
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, if both of them lose, then I think TCU stays in,
And Ohio State takes over for USC.
And Ohio State. I think TCU. Okay. I think Ohio State would go to 3, and then TCU would go to 4.
Go to my hypothetical. TCU loses, but USC wins. So you have TCU 12-1 and USC 12-1.
So USC is in at 12-1. TCU is at 12-1, and Ohio State's at 11-1.
Correct.
They will put Ohio State in.
Over who?
Over TCU.
Even though TCU is higher than USC.
Yes. Because, okay, if that situation happens, Georgia's 1, Michigan's 2, USC's 3, and then it's just between TCU or Ohio State, and they will put Ohio State in.
But I don't believe that. You have to realize TCU's undefeated, so even if they lose, they're still 3.
It's 2 one-loss teams.
Exactly.
You're just comparing 2 one-loss teams, and they're going to put Ohio State in. Even though they shouldn't, they will put them in.
I really don't
because
think they
TCU
would.
gets jobbed in these situations all the time.
I just think
they lost out on the 2014 playoff spot to Ohio State. They lost out on a chance to play for a national championship in 2010 when Oregon, Auburn, and TCU were all 3 of them were undefeated. They had Oregon play Auburn.
Yeah, that's because that was the better team. There's a difference.
I mean,
that was when you had to pick 2. Now you get 4.
Yeah, but still,
starting in 2 years, you're going to get 12. So
if TCU loses, they will not make it because the committee loves Ohio State. They have this unreal infatuation with Ohio State.
I just think that they look at it historically, though. Ohio State historically does better in playoffs. I mean, they choke every time they get to the Natty.
Big Ten school, give me money. Big Ten school, give me money.
Says the one who's over here saying Tennessee should make it. That's the only reason Tennessee would make it.
Well, because I think
because they give them money.
I think Tennessee's a better team.
I don't.
Okay, it's whatever.
I mean, whatever.
Actually, without Hendon Hooker, Ohio State's probably better. With Joe Milton at QB, Ohio State's better.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to basketball. By the way, I'm watching the World Cup game, and it's not looking great right now for either team. So.
College basketball is my cup of tea. It's the most popular videos I post on my channel. The AP poll is in shambles.
Bro, the AP poll is dumb as hell.
Absolute shambles. Only one team is at the same rank as they were, and that's Illinois at 16. How they didn't move. Almost every single team is moving up or down 5 or 8 or 10 slots.
Can I ask, how the hell are there 3 one-loss teams above us? Just answer me that.
Okay.
Riddle me that, Batman.
The only one.
You can't.
The 3 teams in question.
Are Baylor, Creighton, and Kansas.
Okay.
Kansas is the only one I would consider
Actually,
keeping.
The only one that I would consider is Creighton.
No, Creighton looked like absolute dog shit in their loss.
So Creighton actually looked good. Creighton was in the Maui Invitational in Hawaii, which is a big tournament. Basically, throughout Thanksgiving weekend, there are a bunch of college basketball tournaments where a bunch of really good teams.
Can we not give the athletes time to go home? No, I guess not. I mean, the girls played 2 back-to-back games in Vegas the day after Thanksgiving.
In a hotel ballroom.
Yeah.
Did anyone see that?
I saw it.
The IU women were playing in a tournament. They literally had them play in a hotel ballroom.
By the way, top 5, I'm calling it right now.
Fuck?
When new rankings come out, they're going to be top 5.
For sure. But, okay, so Creighton played 3 games, all against ranked teams. They played Texas Tech and beat them soundly, 76-65.
Yep.
They played Arkansas. If any of y'all watched this Creighton-Arkansas game, this was a great game. Back and forth to the wire. 2 great teams. Creighton pulls it out at the end, 90-87. And then they played Arizona, who a lot of people are saying is a good team. And Arizona controlled the game for a while, but then Creighton's coming back. And they made it all the way to a 2-point game, but they couldn't close it out. I think of those 3 one-loss teams, Creighton looked really good.
Creighton, I will say,
Creighton is a legit team. I don't have them. I don't have a problem with them being ahead of IU. Baylor at 6 is a crime.
That's a crime, yeah.
They got mopped by Virginia. They had a good win against UCLA, but they beat McNeese. They didn't play anyone good. I don't understand why Baylor is still there. Kansas, they beat Duke, which, by the way, Duke not that good.
Hey, by the way, Purdue.
They needed a buzzer beater to beat Wisconsin, and then they got mopped by Tennessee.
Can we talk about? No, I want to talk about this. Purdue, last 2 games. I don't know what they're giving their players in their Gatorade because they beat Duke 75-56.
And
previously they beat Zaga 84-66, but they only beat Marquette 75-70.
Here's what I'll say.
Explain that to me.
Here's what I'll say. Before the season, I said that the 2 most overrated teams that I had been looking at were Duke and Gonzaga. And
100%. Everybody agreed.
They both got exposed by a
subpar
Purdue
and
team.
Nova. Nova's overrated.
Okay.
They're not even in a winning record.
I'm going to talk about Villanova later, but Okay, I'm fine with Creighton being ahead of us. I'm not okay with Baylor.
UConn should not be ahead of us.
UConn. Okay,
UConn's good. They're undefeated, but
UConn
we just look better.
Looking really good.
They are. I 100% agree.
Really good.
But we're undefeated.
We
are literally still 10.
They beat the living soul and will to live out of Oregon.
Oh yeah, they did.
Portland.
They literally screwed them.
83-59, and then they took down Alabama 82-67. And then they took down a surprise team, Iowa State, 71-53. They played 3 games in that big tournament. There were 2 tournaments in Portland. There was Phil Knight Invitational and Phil Knight Legacy. They were in a bracket with North Carolina, Alabama, Villanova, Oregon, a bunch of great teams, and they mopped the floor with everyone.
Oh, I agree.
Honestly, 8 is low for you.
I'm going to say this. Purdue jumped 19 spots. Purdue get lucky because, just have at it. Enjoy it while you can. Because I'm telling you right now, we're going to whop you. We're just going to sweep you.
They're a one-man show.
No, all my friends are like, oh, yeah, you checked the polls lately that go to Purdue? And I'm
Johnny,
like, yeah, I have. And I know you guys aren't staying there. You guys got 2 lucky wins.
What was really bad is after Purdue beat Indiana in football, IU fans had to go to we'll beat you in basketball.
By the way, any IU people that are listening right now, screw Edgerome because Edgerome fucking sucks. I literally just disconnected 4 separate times.
Okay, IU. Okay, so Johnny straight up tried to tell me. He tried to tell me that Purdue is better this year than last year.
That is true.
You're sniffing paint fumes.
No.
They don't have Jaden Ivey or Travion Williams.
No, I'm not talking about I'm talking about right now they're playing better. Overall, their team is not better.
They're not a better team.
But they're playing better
They beat 2 overrated teams. They beat 2 overrated teams.
I agree,
Duke
but they beat them bad.
Duke, okay, sure, yeah.
They beat them bad, like by 20.
I'm okay with Purdue being in the top 10. 5.
Not 5. You should not jump 19 spots.
5.
I don't care who the hell you beat. Unless it's the number 1 overall team.
I'd go like 8. I would switch them in UConn.
I would put them above IU just because they beat 2 ranked teams. That's it.
Who else?
I don't think that they're better.
Well, who else had a good weekend? Arizona
did.
Arizona.
Virginia had a good week.
Arizona. Okay, so Arizona also in the Maui. They beat Cincinnati and they mopped the floor with San Diego State, a really good San Diego State team. San Diego State's a legit team, and they mopped them. And then they beat Creighton in that game. So Arizona, they had a great week. They're up to 4, and IU. That's another team where I did not think they would be as good this year as they were last year because they lost Benedict Mathurin to the draft.
Yeah.
I think they lost another guy to the draft too. But they're not playing like it. 6-0.
I will say this right now, Texas is overrated. Their test is going to come on Wednesday.
The thing about Texas is
they haven't played anybody.
They got bumped up real high in the polls because they beat Gonzaga really badly, and then they didn't lose, so it's like you can't put them down.
Okay, but they're playing Creighton and Illinois back-to-back. They're going to lose both those. I think they lose both.
That's an interesting take. Let's see. Creighton, are they both at home?
Yeah, they're both at home for Texas. Ooh. Also, I will say this right now.
Honestly, if they're both at home, I have a hard time thinking either one of those wins.
Also, Houston. I know you said Houston was your favorite. They're overrated, bro. They have played nobody. They've played nobody. Kent State, Oregon's the only team they've decently played. They only won by 10. Texas, Southern, Oral Roberts, St. Joseph's, Northern Colorado.
They've blown everyone out.
No, they only beat Oregon by 10.
That was a road game.
They also only beat Kent State at home by 5. Okay. They beat Kent State at home by 5 points.
I still
49 to 44.
I still think Houston's the best team.
I don't.
I think Houston's the best team.
I don't at all.
Let's look at some other scores. Now there are.
I think Arizona is the best team.
Okay, there are 2 teams in particular that.
How is Zaga still 14? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
I don't know.
And Duke's still 17. Carolina is better than Duke and Zaga.
Let's talk about North Carolina. You have ruined the most hyped game in IU basketball history in the last 20 years.
Now we don't even care.
Ruined it.
We're going to kill you.
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy that you have ruined the most.
You lose 2 back-to-back. Or no, they didn't lose 2 back-to-back, did they? Yeah, they did.
They damn near lost to Portland. They were losing with 2 minutes left to Portland.
Then you lose to Iowa State and you lose to Bama in overtime.
Okay, I want to talk about that game. I streamed the overtime of the
I saw that.
UNC-Alabama game. I like to stream overtime for college basketball because usually it's about a 15, 20-minute stream, and it's always fun. Overtime basketball is always fun. And I'm like, we're gonna get a quick stream here. That stream lasted over an hour. Over an hour. I'm not going to lie. I watched the end of that game between Alabama and North Carolina. Both of those teams looked like garbage. They both looked terrible. I mean, no one could make a shot. R.J. Davis and Caleb Young are out here.
They looked horrible.
R.J. Davis and Caleb Love just refusing to pass the ball.
They looked horrible.
They wouldn't pass the ball. It was, and Alabama out here couldn't make a layup.
Yo, where's MJ when you need him at this point, bro? Come on.
Baycott couldn't even grab a rebound.
Nah, they looked god-awful. That's why everybody was tight here. North Carolina's number one. Nah,
they're tired.
Bama wasn't.
Your opponent's also tired.
So it's ridiculous. But
but there are two teams. There are two teams that have been playing, that were ranked to start the year, that have been playing absolutely horrible. And those two
Zaga and Duke.
No. Those two teams are Villanova and Oregon.
Okay, but Nova's not ranked anymore.
Okay, they're not ranked anymore.
No, I'm talking about teams that were ranked that played like shit, but they're still somehow ranked.
Let's take a look at Villanova. LaSalle, they beat them. Okay, good job. They lost on the road to a 1-3 Temple. Oh, you beat Delaware State by 10. Good job. Lost on the road to Michigan State.
That's not actually a bad loss.
Lost to Iowa State.
Okay, but so did fucking North Carolina.
Lost to Portland.
That is a big loss. But I don't think I'm not making fun of her for Michigan State because Michigan State is also ranked and they're pretty good.
You can't be losing to Portland.
I agree, but you also can't be losing to Iowa State. So that's why North Carolina is.
And what was really bad about that too is that game wasn't close.
No, it wasn't.
That game wasn't close. Portland was up 45-27 at one point. That game wasn't even close. And the other team in question was Oregon. They beat Florida A&M, got mopped by UC Irvine, beat Montana State, and then they had 3 games against ranked teams. They lost all 3 of them. Houston, UConn, Michigan State. Lost all 3 of them. You got to win at least one of those. And then the 2 teams in question, Villanova and Oregon, got to play each other. And honestly, the winner is salvaging a tournament spot at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
And Oregon pulled it out 74-67.
It's ridiculous.
This is the worst I have seen a Villanova team play.
This is honestly the worst AP poll I've seen in a while.
2-5?
I like the coaches. The coaches poll is more accurate.
Villanova.
That's why I always say AP sucks. I don't know why you always go off AP poll. Coaches poll is way more accurate.
Well, okay, I have
Houston, Texas, Virginia, Arizona, then Purdue, UConn, Creighton, Indiana, Kansas, Baylor, Arkansas. Zaga isn't there, but Tennessee, Bama, North Carolina.
Honestly, the only difference in the coaches poll is they have IU higher.
And no, they have North Carolina higher.
It's really the only.
No, they have North Carolina higher. I like that. Duke is below them. I think Zaga should not still be 12. Tennessee moved up.
I'll say one thing. Not only is
Kansas and Baylor,
I'm gonna put a guarantee right now. Not only is Indiana beating UNC, they're beating them badly.
I don't think they beat them badly.
I think they beat.
They can't beat. They can't beat Xavier.
I watched North Carolina play all 3 of those games against Bama, Iowa State.
We have an advantage though,
and I saw a bad team. I saw a bad team play.
I will say where we're gonna get killed though, is we can't shoot from the outside, bro. I've watched this every game. We literally go 1 for 7 for the first half, and we fucking suck. We are an inside team, and they're going to fucking pressure us nonstop. We're gonna get screwed in the paint. I mean, we are. It's true. If they can shut that down, we're gonna have to rely on X-Man, and we're gonna have to rely on all of our good perimeter.
We just gotta pass the ball and not play hero ball. That's what North Carolina was doing. They literally were just running down the court and just shooting mid-range shots.
Okay, but we pass the ball. That's fine. But you also
if we move the ball and make plays, we will be perfect.
But we move the ball. We move the ball until we have an open shot.
Our defense is locking them up.
I agree. But I'm afraid that they're going to shut down the one thing we're good at.
X-Man and JHS are locking 100%. Up Love and Davis.
I agree.
They're locking them up.
But now the problem is they're going to lock us up in the paint, which is where we thrive. We can't hit. We have not been. We have been probably one of the worst 3-point shooting Indiana teams I've seen in the past.
We'll make enough
decade.
Shots to win. We'll make enough shots.
I don't know. I hope so.
I'm not worried about it at all. The home crowd is going to be rocking. It is a whiteout. So wear that shirt if you're going.
I'm not. Where am I getting a ticket for that? I don't have $400 to pull out of my ass.
Oh yeah, you didn't get tickets.
I'm not buying those. I'm not buying $400.
So if you didn't know, it was. If you bought season tickets, it was random. It was random which games you got, and I got the North Carolina game. I didn't get Purdue though, and that's about to be a better game now. I'm kind of pissed.
All right, so all right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to World Cup because we want to try to have time for everything. All right, so I want to break down standings.
Argentina, what
we'll get there.
happened?
Well, that's old news, bro. That's old. We'll get there. But right now, Uruguay, Portugal are playing right now. Portugal's they're really pushing it right now. They're almost in the goal. They may score here to be real. Oh, stupid. All right, so in Group A, we got the Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal, and, of course, Qatar. Quincy Bell Sports knows nothing about soccer. If you haven't watched this, if you haven't watched this video yet, go watch his horrible bracketology where he even flat out says, "I know nothing about soccer," and he proceeds to pick Qatar to go to the round of 8.
Qatar is awful.
I told you that.
They're awful.
Go back 2 episodes.
They're so bad.
Go back when we did our brackets on this show. He said, "I'm picking Qatar." I said, "Don't do that. They're not even gonna get out of the group stages. They're gonna finish last." And he goes, "Nah, they got that home field advantage. They're going to the 8."
Bro, the first game they played on like Sunday before any other games were played. They played Ecuador, and it was 90% Qatar fans. Ecuador had a pretty good section right behind the goal, but it was mostly Qatar fans, and they just laid a giant egg, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They laid a giant egg.
So right now, Netherlands are up. They've all played 2 in this group. Netherlands are up 4 points. Ecuador is tied with them at 1-1.
So Netherlands beat Senegal. And then Ecuador,
that's not hard.
And then Ecuador beat Qatar, and then the Netherlands played Ecuador, and they tied.
Correct. And I will say this right now. Qatar is obviously out.
So Senegal beat Qatar. So Senegal still has a chance. Senegal is going to play Ecuador.
Correct.
They need a win. They need to win. If it's a draw,
then they're out.
Ecuador's going on. If Ecuador wins, obviously they're going on. But if Senegal wins, they're taking that spot. I'm pretty sure
that's freaking great.
Qatar's not beating the Netherlands. Qatar's terrible.
We're not going to dive into this, but fantastic news. We thought the Astros couldn't get any more annoying. They just signed Jose Abreu. So that's great. They're just 3-year deal. They just signed the former MVP.
Group B.
Anyway, I will say this right now. If I'm predicting, Netherlands and Ecuador are staying in it.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, this is where we're getting hyped.
Me personally, I would be embarrassed if I did not score a goal against a country I colonized.
No, listen.
That's just me, though.
Listen, I'll take this because you don't know squat about this stuff. Listen, I'm telling you right now, couple other guys. We are watching the first part of this game because I have to go to a class, but I will be watching it in that class. We are going to be I'm probably going to stream this game too.
Portugal and Uruguay?
No. What are you on? Group B. This is US Iran.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, no. This is US Iran tomorrow. But right now as it stands, England's at first. They're 1-1-0. Iran is 1-0-1. US is 0-2-0, and then Wales they can't get in.
Bro, Wales is eliminated.
Wait.
I love the
No, that's not true.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Okay.
If Wales beats England and US and Iran draw.
Iran and Wales would both have 4 points.
Correct.
And Iran would have a better goal difference. Unless Wales beats England like 7-0.
No, Iran would not. England destroyed.
If Iran and the US tie.
England scored 6-2 on Iran.
Oh, damn. So Wales and Iran both have the same goal differential. So, yeah, you're right.
So it would come down to goal differential. But I'm telling you right now, U.S. will beat Iran. It will be England and the United States in the group stages.
I don't know if that's a guarantee.
They will.
Dude,
win.
I love the fact that the whole country just came together to just hate on England.
They will.
Bro Harry Kane is dog shit.
No, he's not, bro.
He did not all I was hearing.
In one match.
All I was hearing. Harry Kane is about to do all this stuff against the U.S. Bro did nothing.
Bro, listen. This is where you just need to be quiet because you don't know anything about soccer. Harry Kane is one of the best all around. He's probably one of the best all-time English soccer players ever. Harry Kane is, and if that's the case, you're saying that Pulisic sucks. Right? You're saying Pulisic just is horrible?
No one said Pulisic is about to score 7 goals against...
Nobody said Harry Kane was going to score 7 goals.
That's what I heard.
Everybody said Pulisic was going to be everything for the United States. He's been great, but he hasn't done what everybody says he's going to do. But Pulisic is still a ridiculously talented player. Bro, you want to know where he plays?
Where?
England.
Bro, they're talking about this guy. They're like, this guy was hating on England. It's like, you just lost a game to a bunch of suburban kids from Colorado.
They didn't lose a game.
He's like, that's our 5th sport. That's our 5th sport.
And also, the United States men's team is better this year than they've been in a long, long time. They are really freaking good. Like, I could see them go into where you think Qatar was going.
Okay, Group C.
That's what we're on. Poland, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico. Right now it stands Poland is 1-1-0.
I laugh so
Argentina
hard when
is 1-0-1.
I laugh so hard when Saudi beat Argentina.
Saudi is 1-0-1. Mexico is 0-1-1. So right now Poland's 4, Argentina's got 3 points. Saudi's got 3 points, and Mexico has one. Right now, hot take, Argentina and Mexico are making it out of there.
Okay,
I'll tell you why.
So Saudi plays Mexico,
Correct.
And Argentina plays Poland.
Exactly. Argentina is going to win probably 2-0. It's not going to be close. Poland's going to lose. That means they're going to go to 1-1-1. Argentina will go to 2-0-1, which means they will have 6 points, which means that it's physically impossible.
But for Mexico, if Mexico wins, they would have the same amount of points as Poland. But
correct.
Poland would probably have a better goal differential.
Not if Argentina beats them as bad as I think they will. I think it will be even.
I'm telling you right now. I know. I don't know about soccer. Argentina does not look that good.
You watched one game. You didn't watch their game against Mexico. They got them.
They just don't. I don't think they're that great.
That's what you think.
They'll probably still qualify. But.
No, I'm telling you right now, they're the second best team in this cup right now. They are. It's 100% facts.
Okay,
they're not playing like it the first game. They are.
For me, at least, I think the team that has looked the best is Brazil.
No, it's France. And Spain. Bro, have you not seen either of their games?
Yeah, Spain
and France. France looks like
Spain drew with Germany. I think honestly, Brazil's looked the best.
Bro, France is playing without 2 of their best players, and they're 2-0. They look just as good as they did when they won in 2018. They're freaking ridiculous. Spain is just Spain. Jordi Alba is one of my all-time favorite players. I'm geeking out for Barcelona.
Okay, the team that has disappointed the most. The team that's disappointed the most, and it's not even close. I mean, it was going to be Argentina, but then they actually got their act together and won some games. What is happening to Germany?
Germany's not even that disappointing.
They lost to Japan.
Japan's not that bad.
Germany should beat them 9 times out of 10.
No, you don't. I don't think you understand.
You don't play 10 times. You play once.
Germany isn't as good as people say they are. They're not. They were good in 2014 when they won the World Cup.
Well, Spain beat the living soul out of Costa Rica,
Correct.
7-0.
That's what I'm saying.
And everyone's like, "Oh, Costa Rica's worst team in the World Cup." And Costa Rica went out and won. Costa Rica went out and.
Oh my gosh, Ed Jerome! I'm going to literally murder your server.
And then Costa Rica went out and beat Japan. So.
Yeah, no,
that group's up for grabs.
No, that group's not. Spain's already going.
Okay, Spain's gonna go,
and then it's gonna be Japan. Or do I have Germany? I think I have Germany sneaking in.
Who play?
It's Germany and Costa Rica against Japan and Spain. So Japan is going to lose. And then I think that Germany wins, which means that it would be Spain and Germany.
I don't know.
I'm thinking
Costa Rica. I think it's going to be Costa Rica.
Oh, my Jesus.
I think it's Costa Rica and Spain. All right, Group F. This might be the craziest group. So this has Croatia, Morocco, Belgium, and Canada. Canada got beat in both their games. How about Morocco? Bro, I love cheering for the underdogs and basically everything. So Morocco, everyone thought Croatia and Belgium will be by far the 2 best teams in this group. And Morocco got a draw with Croatia. That's basically a win in their book.
No.
And then they went out and beat Belgium.
No, I don't think you...
Dude, Morocco's legit. They're playing real well.
This is where... You kill me sometimes. Croatia drawing with Morocco is not a win for either team.
For Morocco, it is.
No, it's not. Morocco should have beat them. Dude, Croatia looked like dog shit.
Morocco is bringing hella fans to Qatar because North Africa is pretty close to.
You want to know why I say this though? Because I'm telling you right now,
Morocco's rolling, man.
Hot take.
And they got to play the worst team now. They're playing Canada. They'll beat Canada.
And this is what I'm saying right now. Hot take.
They can get in with a draw.
The reigning World Cup appearance people.
Runner-ups
is what they would call it. Yeah. They're not making it.
So it's
going to be Belgium and Morocco.
So Croatia has to play Belgium.
Correct. And I think that they lose to Belgium.
That'll be a good game.
I do. And then I think Morocco beats Canada, so it's going to be Morocco and Belgium.
I think Croatia beats Belgium.
That's what people but Belgium is even favored. I agree. I looked at it and I just think it's better.
Okay,
Group G. All right, Brazil's Switzerland.
Winning that easy.
Yeah, Brazil's already secured it. They literally cannot not make it.
All right.
Because they've already got 6 points. Like, there's no way
Brazil
that
beat Serbia like 3-0.
Brazil's got it because they won today. They beat Swiss.
Today.
And then Cameroon and then Serbia. Serbia is not gonna. It's gonna be Brazil and Switzerland.
Okay, so Switzerland plays Serbia.
Yeah.
And Cameroon plays Brazil.
Brazil's gonna destroy.
I think Switzerland will beat Serbia.
Yeah.
And
all right, Group H.
Okay,
Portugal.
I need because so this is one of the games that I watched most of it. Portugal and Ghana. This game pissed me off because Ghana was hanging right with Portugal, a game that everyone thought Portugal would blow them out. And Ronaldo is going to the net and straight up just falls. No one touches him. He just straight up falls. And they go, penalty shot.
Okay. Again, you don't know enough about soccer to understand.
Dude, they give Ronaldo and Messi all the calls. I'm sorry.
No, they don't.
They do.
Again, you...
They do.
You just need to stop with soccer talk.
And then Ronaldo...
They don't. If you watch the game, you notice it.
He scores.
If you play, you see it.
Ghana was hanging right with them. Honestly, Ghana has looked just as good as any other team in that group.
I know. I'm just telling you right now.
Because they damn near and probably should have beat Portugal, and then they went out and beat South Korea.
Okay, South Korea isn't... They beat Korean Republic, and they're not that good. First off. Second off, Uruguay is going to lose this game, but they are going to beat Ghana, and Ghana is going to...
I don't know. Uruguay might beat Portugal. I don't think Portugal's that good.
Okay, well, I'm watching the game right now.
I picked Portugal to go to the championship, and I don't think they're that great. They're a one-man show.
Which is so funny.
They're a one-man show.
No, they're not, though. They've actually got a pretty decent team.
I think Uruguay and Portugal will be a draw. What's the score?
It's 0-0, but it's only 35 minutes in. That's what everybody... I have a bunch of guys who are like, oh... It's 0-0. It's going to be a draw. And it's like, it's the 20th minute, bro.
I think it will be a 1-1 draw.
I don't. I honestly God think Portugal will win this.
We'll see. South Korea is pretty much done.
No, what are you talking about? South Korea?
South Korea.
Korean Republic?
Same thing.
No, it's literally not, but okay.
Do they have North Korean players playing?
I don't know.
It says South Korea on here.
Mine just says Korea Republic. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. So as of right now, I like this. Like I said, I did a video on this morning at about 10:30. It's on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. I'm going to, maybe post clips of that. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm going to do another one after today's games, probably kind of go over standings once more as I dive a lot more deeper. Once we get to the round of 16, guys, I'm going to be like, you'll probably get like 30 to 45-minute videos out of me just diving into these things. Like I said, soccer is my favorite sport. So
we might do some. I know we streamed the end of that. We streamed the end of the USA England game.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably stream the very first part of the USA and Iran game before I have to go to class. I know me and a couple people are going in there.
I could probably stream the end of the game when I get out of class.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get out of class right as it's ending.
I get out of class at 2:30. And
yeah.
The game starts at 2.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go to class.
Bro, I can't be watching these 4 a.m. games, man.
I watched it this morning. I was up all night doing homework and just like some other stuff and, just kind of getting ready for classes and stuff.
I forgot you don't sleep.
And yeah, I don't. A lot of times I just power through it because it's just better.
So tomorrow we got Ecuador, Senegal. So tomorrow we got Ecuador, Senegal.
I'm telling you right now, looking at it, Ecuador is winning, Netherlands are winning, England is winning, and the USA is winning. I mean, it's just facts. Yeah. And then Wednesday, we'll go over these games until Friday because we won't have a show till then. Denmark is playing Australia.
I hope the USA wins, but
no, they will.
I'm not as confident.
I'm confident in this team. Australia plays Denmark. Australia will win that. It's going to be Tunisia against France. France will destroy them. Mexico against Saudi Arabia. Mexico, and then Argentina against Poland. It will indeed be the Argentinians. Then Morocco gets Canada on Thursday. Morocco will destroy them. Croatia, Belgium. I'm taking Belgium.
Morocco is a force.
They are good.
They're good.
Germany against Costa Rica. I'm taking Germany, and then Spain against Japan. Japan is going to get just absolutely destroyed. Friday's games in the morning, since most of those are going to be before our show. There's actually 2 10 a.m. games and then 2 p.m. games.
Ghana and Uruguay is going to be a good game.
Korean Republic against Portugal. Uruguay against Ghana. I'm taking Uruguay. Cameroon against Brazil. Switzerland against Serbia. Switzerland.
I think Ghana and Uruguay are better than Portugal.
Oh, that's right. Round of 16 starts Saturday. Oh, bro. And then
Saturday we're gonna have college football conference championships and World Cup bracket play. And the games are actually at a reasonable hour. All the games are either if you're in Eastern time, all the games are at either 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. No 4 a.m. stuff. They're all actually...
Okay.
There's 2 games each day. I love that.
First off, on Wednesday, December 14th... By the way, this is actually... Oh, that sucks, bro. I'm going to live stream the World Cup. It is the Sunday I get back from... It's going to be the Sunday that we leave for break. So it's the 18th of December. I thought it was going to be just before we leave. It's not. Wednesday is the final semifinal round. Then on Saturday, it's the losers bracket. So the 3 and 4.
Losers? I didn't even know there was a losers
bracket. The 3rd and 4th place.
Oh, okay.
So whoever the 2 losers are in the semifinals play to serve the 3rd and 4th.
The 3rd play. Okay.
Correct. That game is on Saturday, December 17th, and then the winners for the World Cup is on Sunday. I will be streaming both of those games if I can. Sadly, I don't know if I'll be home. Actually, yeah, I won't be home on Saturday at 10 a.m. because
what I will say is a lot of the bracket. So finals week for Indiana.
Oh, that's true. Crap, that's finals week.
Is the 12th through the 16th,
which is brutal.
I think I only have like 2 finals.
What classes are you talking about? Because I know
Story Lab doesn't have one.
Yeah, that's our presentation though.
But that's not during finals week.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's the 9th.
That's when the project is due. The presentation is, I think, the 11th, which is that week.
Oh.
Or no, it would be the 12th because that.
I don't have one for. We have one for
media.
Maybe I do have more than 2 finals.
I think I'm sure you have at least 3 because I have 5 or 4. But yeah. Anyway, so we'll figure that out.
All I'm saying though is what I was gonna say is there might be some streams coming.
Yeah. No. I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot more of like just flat out like talk videos. Getting a lot of those going. I know I'm going to try to do an NFL one, I think, after tonight, after the game, so probably tomorrow morning. Figure that out. But, yeah. We do. I mean, we do our own individual stuff. You can always listen to us here, but we do our own individual channels, which I think we put in the channel description for Bloomington Buddies. I'm not sure. If not, I'll go look. Yeah, so he'll link them if they're not already there. You can go check us out individually. But I think that's it for today because, I mean, we pretty much, we still got, 15 minutes at about, right? 15?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay. Do you want to do, like, a game or something, or you just want to call it?
Up to you.
I don't really care. I mean, we got 20 minutes, or we can just call it a day. I'm down with either, because...
Let's just call it.
Okay, yeah, because I'm about to say it. This World Cup's about at halftime, or the game's about at halftime, so...
I'm good for wrapping it up.
All right, then that is going to be it for today's show, guys. We will be back on Friday unless we run into some stupid complications, which we do every now and then as we are busy. But before we go, make sure that you do follow us on Bloomington Buddies, at Bloomington_Buddies on TikTok and Instagram. Also, like I said at the beginning of the show, don't just support us. Go look us up on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your podcast, and look up IUS TV. There's all kinds of other podcasts there from news, politics. There's movie reviews, anything you can think of. It's great if you're just looking for all kinds of different variety. I listen to some of them over break. They're all really good, just a nice, relaxing way. But, of course, come to us for all your sports. Fabulous news and conversation. But you can also go on YouTube, check us out, make sure to subscribe, spread the word on the channel. I think we're are we 6 away from 100 subs? I think we're at 94, right? We're almost to 100, so we want to try to get there at least before break. A reminder, we're going to split seasons by semester, so there's about 4 more episodes in the season, and then we'll call it a season, and then we'll move on. But yeah,
we have 94.
We do have 94. I was right. Okay, so we need 6 more, guys. And we get to 100, so make sure to sub. Comment, too. We're always open to suggestions. If there is something you want to hear us talk about that maybe is kind of a weird topic, but you're like, hey, I want your guys' opinion, let us know. We're down to talk about weird things. So, yeah, I think that's it, unless you got anything else major that I missed. But, yeah, I think that's it for today. So, once again, thanks for listening, guys.
Indiana high school football. The state title games just wrapped up. Do we want to talk about that?
Not really, but I mean, I know you want to. There's like nobody that we.
You already wrapped up the show. We're done.
That's true. There's nobody that we really care about.
Cathedral lost.
Cathedral lost.
Cathedral got their
Crown
ass.
Point's
they
gone.
Got their ass whooped.
Lake Central never had a chance.
I love that was the one
never.
you guys went to. Just Cathedral got their ass kicked.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true.
Like I said they would.
Yeah, I told you. But yeah, all right. So yeah, that's it for today's show.
Center Grove won 6A for the 3rd year in a row.
That doesn't surprise me. And Center Grove is just always ridiculous. But all right, guys, really appreciate it. Make sure to come in on Friday unless there's a word change, which I guess we'll tell you about. But thanks again for liking and commenting and subscribing, and thanks for tuning in. For Quincy Bell, I'm Eddie Finn. Have a great one, guys.